So I showed you earlier that I had two extra buttons, namely the add to group and remove from group, that I have defined in my home ribbon. So you can customize your ribbon in whichever way you like. This is the same for every Office application, but again, there are specific options for Microsoft Visio, of course. So what you do is you go to your ribbon, you right click it, you click customize the ribbon. And then the ones I added that are very handy for me and for you as well, if you will learn to create Visio drawings for DataMiner Cube, is the add to group. We can find it in command, not in ribbon. Normally you can find it here. I will not find it there, of course. This is the custom tab I've created. You won't find it here. You will find it, as I said, in the commands that are not in the ribbon or in all commands. So if I go to all commands, you should be able to find it here as well. So we have add to group right here, for instance. And then you can choose where you want to add it. So I can make a new group in my home tab, for instance. I can give it a name, and then I can add this inside it, as you can see. Okay, so I will cancel this because I don't really need it anymore. And now I have these two buttons here. So the remove from group is now enabled. So as you can see, if we select a shape inside a group, I can remove it from that group, and I will no longer have my group shape, and I will have a single shape once again. Now, let's say I have a group, a big one. So I grouped this, and I want to add a shape inside it. I can use the Control key to select this shape, and then hold Control and then select the group. And then I can add this shape to the group as well. So if I now click this, I can see I have a big group which contains both of these. If you right click it, go to group, click open group, you will get a new separate panel, view panel, with just those shapes. So the group has been opened, and now if we select one, we are immediately inside the group. So that's kind of your two options for adding a shape as well into a group. So you can draw it here, but that does not mean it's in the group. So if I click this now, you will see this is actually not part of my group. So option number one is to do the Control, select, and then add to group. The second option is to immediately open my group and then draw my shape in there. This will also mean that the shape is inside my group, as you can see by the light dash rectangle around this as well. Okay, so we have shown the group itself, how to open your group and how to add shapes inside it, things like that. So note as well that you can't group a already existing group. So what I mean by that is I have this. If I right click it now, I can't group this again. What we can do, however, is group two groups together or make a new group which contains a group plus one shape. So in this case, I've selected this group and this group, and instead of add to group, I will right click and group again. Now I have one big group, inside it is another group, and inside there we have some smaller shapes. You can also use convert to group. So if we create a shape, and go to the developer tab. Go to the developer tab after we create a shape. And then we click convert to group. And now actually we don't have a child shape in here. This shape is the group. So there's a big difference here. In this case, I'm adding a group parent here. So we can clearly see this in the Drawing Explorer as well, which is where I'll show you. Here we have a group shape, but there is nothing in there. So it's just the group itself. And we can open it up and then we can start adding shapes, but there's none in there yet. And in this case, because I right-clicked and I went to group and then clicked group right here, we get a new group shape, which is kind of a transparent rectangle, same size. And then we have inside there another shape, which was our original shape that we drew. So several ways to create groups, convert groups, remove shapes from it, add shapes to it, open them up. Very important, as we will be using them a lot in the future.